What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Evan and I make videos about hot stocks, dividends, and options. So if that interests you guys, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss when I upload. Now, NIO lately has been doing some crazy things and they've been going up pretty much exponentially for the past week or two. And just today, NIO is up over 3% and they actually hit a high of 39.67 at their peak today. And that represented almost a 12% increase from yesterday's closing price. Now, they actually did go a bit higher than this. They went up to 39.75. So they were only 25 cents away from breaking that $40 mark. And I think that $40 area is one of those areas where people aren't expecting them to hit that, or they weren't expecting NIO to hit that anytime soon. Now, they still haven't surpassed it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did pass $40 here in the near future. I mean, they almost did it today. But you can see, even with NIO spiking up so much and pulling back today, they're still up around 3%. And now, taking a look at the 1 week chart, you can see NIO is still up around 28% on the week. And yesterday, they didn't even quite hit $36. And now they're above that $36 mark, and they almost hit $40. Now, personally to me, I'm not sure why NIO is up so high today. But that's kind of what we're going to go over a little bit later on in this video on why NIO is up so much today, and also some plans for them to expand to Europe. But the reason why I say I'm not sure why they're still up so much today is because for all you investors in the US, you probably have been kind of paying attention to the election, and you know there's not been a president elected yet. And so, in my opinion, I would think with all this chaos and uncertainty that the market would show that. But if we take a look at SPY, which watches the overall market, you can see SPY is up today too. They're up 3% on the day. And this doesn't really make sense because usually in the market when there's uncertainty, that's when we see the market pull back. And I would say regardless of political views, there is a lot of uncertainty and typically we see that reflected in the market. And so I'm very surprised to not see that today. And now if we look at the 1 week on SPY, they're up almost 6% on the week. And you can see they've pretty much been climbing upwards. They tend to spike up in the morning and slightly taper down in the evening. But the fact that they're up so high from even yesterday's closing price is just kind of amazing. And it shows you that the market doesn't always make sense. Most people expect that when good news comes out, that the market goes up, and when negative or uncertain news comes out, that the market drops. But this is proof right here that nobody's been chose in the election, and so that should cause a lot of uncertainty, but the market's really not reflecting that at all. But now getting into why NIO is actually up today, regardless of the election and who's going to be president, the big reason that they're up is because Citi actually put out a new price prediction for NIO stock. And this caused NIO to spike up quite a bit today. You saw that they went up almost to $40 as I showed you. And now they kind of pulled back, and maybe this pullback is due to the uncertainty in the election. But regardless of that, Citi actually increased their price target up to $46.40. It says that Citi analysts have strong expectations for NIO, and in a recent update, they continued to hold a positive position on the EV company. And it seems like everybody is doing this nowadays. First, we started off with JP Morgan upgrading their price prediction to $40. And that was set for next June, keep in mind. And we already almost saw NIO hit $40 today. They could possibly hit $40 in the next week or so, or even less. You never really know, especially if we see more price predictions, because every time a price prediction comes out, it seems like NIO spikes up a lot. Because it started with the JP Morgan at $40, then Morgan Stanley at $33, and then in yesterday's video, I mentioned that a German bank put out a price prediction at $34. Now, NIO was already ahead of that price prediction, but even so, NIO still shot up with that $34 price target, and they almost hit $36 yesterday. And now today, they're hovering above $36, and they almost hit $40. But this new price target for NIO is no doubt good news for investors, and it represents roughly a 29.4% jump from Citi's previous price target, and that price target was set at $35.87. And this is also 30.7% higher than NIO's closing price yesterday on Tuesday. Now, some of the reasons why Citi actually increased their price target so drastically was for a few reasons, and they said, "We reiterate our positive view on NIO based on very strong order backlog, with high margin visibility, quarter 3 of 2020 gross processing margin, which will likely reach 13 to 16%, and then you follow that with quarter 4 of 2020, and those margins will reach 22 to 25%. And Citi also took a look at the increase in market share and the reduction in battery costs. Now, we've seen this with Tesla too. Tesla is working on batteries to reduce the cost, and they're also working on tabless batteries. So this isn't something new to see. I think all electric vehicles are working on reducing the cost of batteries, especially considering that the battery is the most expensive part of an electric vehicle, making up around 20 to 25% of the cost of the vehicle. And the last thing was the policy tailwind related to exports for NIO. And there's also another reason why NIO is up today. Now, I think it is mostly due to this price increase by Citi and by the analysts at Citi, but there's been talk about NIO expanding to Europe, and there has been talk about that for a few months now, but it looks like it's actually going to be put into effect, and they're hoping to expand to Europe by 2021. And then another thing to keep an eye out for is when earnings roll around this month, which should be released on November 17th. So that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. And if they report good earnings, or at least better than the last quarter, we should also see NIO share price jump up because of that. And then going back just a couple days on NIO's share price, one of the main reasons that kind of got this momentum going in the last few days was their very large increase in deliveries. And NIO actually hit 5,000 deliveries. I believe it was 5,055 deliveries in October. Now, NIO had never delivered 5,000 or more vehicles in a single month prior to October. And it's only going to increase from here on out. I think they delivered something over 31,000 vehicles so far in 2020. And by the end of the year, NIO should have delivered around 40,000 vehicles. Now, on top of me somewhat expecting NIO to deliver 40,000 vehicles by the end of the year, NIO has also said that they want to deliver 150,000 vehicles in 2021. And if you didn't know, that's around 12,500 vehicles per month on average. So for NIO to go from 5,000 per month, and I think they'll actually do more than that in November and December, up to 12,500 in early 2021, which was the prediction about a month ago. And then if they can maintain that same amount of deliveries each month through 2021, well, NIO is going to be looking pretty good in the next year or two in terms of their market cap, their overall business, and their share price. I mean, just look at right now how many people are investing in NIO. There's constantly more people investing in NIO, especially when good news comes out and they have the fear of missing out. They want to get in at these low prices, but then they consider NIO to be too overpriced, and then NIO just continues going up. But another thing to consider is that options traders are buying more into NIO than ever before. There's more options traders buying calls and puts, mostly calls though, on NIO, figuring that they're going to continue with these uptrends, and it seems like they have been right most of the time. There's been a lot of people making a lot of money off NIO calls. Now, I'm not specifically telling you to buy NIO calls, but for the people who have bought those and bought them when NIO was still in the $20 range, those people will have made quite a substantial amount of money depending on how much they put in. So this is just another thing to consider that's helping to drive up the price of NIO, but it's not necessarily a bad thing either, because these options traders aren't going to just drop out of NIO out of nowhere. If NIO starts dropping, they're going to start shorting NIO, but as more people pile into NIO, it just seems like a snowball effect, and more people are buying in constantly every day. But honestly, I think even at this share price right now, as long as you're a long-term investor on NIO, you really can't go wrong buying into NIO. Now sure, maybe when NIO hits a new all-time high, it might not be the best time to buy in, because typically, as we've seen in history, as a stock hits a high, it pulls back to a previous support line. But if we actually look at the 1 month chart, there's really no support line, or at least anything solid, other than back around $27. But from 27 up to where they are now, around 37, it's been pretty much just a straight line upwards, and there's not much support. So NIO could pull back almost to any level, and it shouldn't come as a surprise. But like I mentioned, if you're buying into NIO with a long-term mindset, you should just dollar cost average in and set aside a certain amount of money each week or each month. And I know you guys are probably sick of hearing this, but there's no reason not to average your way in if you have that long-term mindset. Because even at this $36 or $37 mark, or even if NIO does go back up to $40, well, if you believe in NIO long term and you think they're going to 10 or 20x in the next 10 years or so, this couple dollar difference in the share price isn't going to make or break your portfolio unless you're investing hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Now, if you're investing that much money, you're probably not watching YouTube videos about investing. So for your average investor, dollar cost averaging in is going to be your best bet. And you almost can't lose if you have that long-term mindset. But there's just so many things going for NIO that's going to help push up the share price even from where it is right now. Even if they are overpriced according to their market cap and their earnings and all these analytical data points, if people are still willing to buy NIO at this share price and it continues going up, it's going to turn out just like Tesla or Apple or Amazon or any of these other big tech giants. People are going to constantly think it's overpriced, but if you always think it's overpriced and you never buy in because according to the data it's overpriced, you might never get any of those gains that NIO makes from going up long term. So just keep that in mind when you're buying into different stocks, not even just NIO specifically. You have to do your own research and see if that stock is something you're willing to hold long term. If you're a day trader or a swing trader, I'm not really sure what to tell you. NIO to me seems too volatile for something like that. But some people enjoy volatility and that's how they make a lot of money. So it's up to you. But I'm not a financial advisor, so take everything I say with a grain of salt and just do your own research when buying into different stocks. Now, just one more thing I wanted to mention before I wrap up the video is that if you guys haven't signed up for Webull, make sure you sign up using the link in the description and you get 3 free stocks when you deposit $100. You have to make sure you deposit $100 though to get all 3 free stocks. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like because it really does help out the channel. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye.